places.
14-10 Bills at the break. You know what they say. Anything can happen in an exclusive game on Peacock. That's what they say.
Got a 2 for 2, especially when the Chargers are involved.
Good point. Chargers not in the playoff picture right now. Bills trying to get in there. Now, tomorrow we got a huge one. We got a couple of 10-win teams. We got Dallas and Miami, the top 2 scoring offenses in the NFL. But last week, it was a struggle for the Cowboys. 10 points on offense, and they struggled on defense, too, against the Bills.
You know, I think it's going to be really interesting. Miami has the ball to see the approaches that each of the teams take. Miami watches Buffalo rush for 266 against this Cowboy defense.
Right.
Okay, do they run it more?
Right.
They got Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle out here. That limits their opportunities. And then for Dallas on the other side, they love playing man-to-man coverage.
Right.
How do you cover those two guys?
Yeah, good luck.
So do you say, hey, we're going to be who we are, or do you adjust because the team you're playing? It'll be interesting to see.
I can't wait. I think Dallas does decide to play a little bit more zone. I think because Dan Quinn, he has that kind of background of running zone. And when you look at Miami, it's so much condensed and tight splits, motions and all of that. It's hard to get up there and play man-to-man when guys are moving a lot.
They confuse you for sure.
Yes.
That's right. Can Dallas make the game ugly, right? We watch Miami every week. They're awesome. But when they lost to Philadelphia, lost to Kansas City, lost to Tennessee, the game got ugly in a phone booth. So if Dallas can do that, they can win the game. If it's a track meet, we know Miami Dolphins got the edge there.
The question for the Dolphins is, can they beat a good team?
Yes.
Currently against teams over 500, they're 0-3, have scored just 17 points per game. Against teams who are 500 or worse, 10-1, scored 35 points per game. Mike McDaniel, what do you think of this narrative?
I gave them the clearance to tell all members of the media to, with all due respect, F off. With all due respect.
With all due respect, that includes us. It does not include Steve Kornacki, who has more on the AFC and NFC East.
Well, Miami really is going to have to beat some good teams here down the stretch, because if the Bills do keep up where they left off in the second half and win tonight, we got a real AFC East race on our hands. Look at it this way. If the Bills win tonight, they get the Patriots next week. That would be, with those 2 wins, 10-6 for the Bills. And that would mean, from the Dolphins' standpoint, look at the next 2, the Cowboys, the Ravens. If they just lose one of those 2 games, they would come into their final game at 11-5, and their final game is against the Bills. So the Bills could be in position going to Miami, where if they win, they have the tiebreaker, they'd win the division. So the Dolphins, they're going to have to beat some good teams to win that AFC East. Then take a look here at the other side on the NFC East. We got the Cowboys. We got the Eagles. The Cowboys technically in first place, and yet the Eagles with a better probability of winning the division. Why? If you play it out and they both finish 13-4, look at this. You go all the way down to the 5th tiebreaker, strength of victory, the combined winning percentage of the teams they've beaten. The Eagles have the lead there. They would be favored certainly on that tiebreaker, but not for certain. But that's why the Eagles with a better chance.
All right, thank you, Steve. Second half still to come here on Peacock. And then all week long, our friends streaming on Peacock.
See you, Simsy?
Yeah.
What kind of smile is that?
I know. That's me and Ahmed Fareed. Yeah, a little older. Me and Ahmed Fareed hold it down on Unbuttoned.
I didn't see me in that picture.
Well, we didn't need to put you up there.
Coming up, the guys at SoFi will talk Jags and Bucks. But first, enjoy more space for fun in the first ever Grand Highlander from Toyota, the official automotive partner of the NFL.
All right, so we found out today Trevor Lawrence cleared concussion protocol, and he will play. So you got a couple of teams at the top of their division that will play tomorrow. Tampa Bay as well, Jacksonville fighting for playoff spots. We just saw the Jags in person. What'd you learn about them?
Well, they got to run the football if they want to have success. They got to find a way to have balance. They've had some injuries on the offensive line. They've lost their confidence, but they have to find that balance, Coach.
And for Tampa, it's been just the opposite. Todd Bowles brought in their new offensive coordinator, David Canales, to get the run game going, and that was the emphasis early in the year. But this last month, it's been Baker Mayfield and the passing game that has been red hot. He's developing that chemistry with those downfield receivers.
Quarterback, huh,
yes,
Coach?
yeah, they're very excited about Baker.
So Trevor's still listed as questionable. We'll see if he will go. How about for this game? It was a slow start. All of a sudden, the Buffalo Bills got themselves not only back into it. Did you hear this building as well after that last touchdown from Josh Allen? It sounds like a home game. The Bills Mafia traveling very well. It's 14-10, Buffalo Bills at the break.
This has has been the Toyota Halftime. Let's go places.